off.
Oh man, look at that. He's got himself on some wheels. Hey John, everybody. Hey Shirley. She's walking over there. Steve, hey guys. I don't know. Thank you for coming to our dedication of the plaque. It's Founders Day. We are here to honor those who built the field, and I will read their names, and the plaque denotes almost everybody. Some of the ones that are not on there are definitely up here on the RC Park Angels plaque up in the center. Bill Gamble, where's Bill?
Right here.
Right here. Oh, there he's sitting down. I can't see you. Bill Gamble's up here prominently because he was like without a doubt, the lead construction engineer on this whole thing, and was I would say, the ramrod that once we had all the money and everything was in place, boom. Bill was just, it was awesome. He punched through the hole over there the very first day, and it took 2 years to get this property from the Bureau of Reclamation. We have a 50-year lease for $1, and we're 11 years into the 50. And we had the people also very prominent in this endeavor was Ron Vincent, who secured the lease. It was a 2-year, a real an ordeal to go to the Bureau of Reclamation up at, and not only at Boulder Dam, but down at Yuma. And he was very successful. I called him to ask him, but he's on dialysis, so it's not a good thing right now for him. Howard Keck, who literally gave us all the water. He's not here, along with Chacho Gomez, who would have been here, but he got called away to Morocco to grow dates in the desert. So nothing that he would actually know about that, right? But Orren was the barrister of choice. He was our legal representation and changed our status from a standard small club incorporation to a 501c3. So without that, we would not have this. So it's just kind of a marriage of some really key people that came together so that we could issue write-offs. We could have people from PGA West that gave us $5,000. We had $2,500 out of Abnet.com. All these tables were donated, and at one time were all in my backyard. And we have rebuilt and repainted all the infrastructure out here. Gene Poe is here. Where's that wonderful, charming man, Gene Poe? Oh, there he is over there. This guy and his son's Cabelco, big front loader, and with Bill Gamble and himself, and going around, and we approached all of the rental companies. And because we were a 501, they say, certainly you can use our equipment and we'll issue a letter. So we had all the equipment donated for this endeavor. We pulled 3 feet of dirt out of there, and we added 5 feet to the north end, which has now been extended twice. Larry Eaks is not here. We really wanted to get him here. He just fell down 2 days ago and broke his arm, and we're really, we wanted to have this ceremony earlier to honor those who have, can't make it here and have gone before, and I'll read that short list in a few seconds. Dick Knapp stepped up as secretary and was key in keeping all the minutes and keeping things together, worked on the gate outside, did the pipe gate. Bob Taylor just passed away 2 weeks ago. I mean, good grief, we wanted him here, along with Ernie Chapin, who was key. Those guys were out here. There was like 5 of us, I think, that did the tractor work and really pulled all that, until like 10 o'clock at night. And Bill and I were out here so late. Twice we saw Vandenberg missile launches from this location, and it's absolutely eerie to watch this giant cone of light climb into the sky, and you go like, wow, that's doomsday light right there. If you ever see that coming in, you know it's over. Tim Lewis was integral in this with drawing up plans. Daniel Martinez, all the concrete work that is in front of you, we work together, that it's all keyed together. It's got a nice little key lock so you can't have any heaving. And Daniel Martinez was the ramrod on the concrete work. We had Bob Watts, who also was very integral, very important. Ernie Chapin passed away last year. Murray Ross is here, and Murray's over here, our chronicler and our keeper of the newsletter. and has done an amazing amount of volunteer work to keep this place running. Over the years, Jack Wright had donated a street sweeper, and we got a street sweeper for the price of a cadet. It's like a $14,000 street sweeper. I need to go back up here and talk about Larry Eaks again, because Larry Eaks got a piece of art donated to the club that was worth $25,000. It was an Antonio Cervaroli piece, and it was what he stirs the friendship of time or something. It was about the comedian from Oklahoma. What's his name? The guy that was in the he did a whole. There was an art piece that was done out of a calendar, and but it was he's a named artist, so we got like almost $13,000 out of that, and which all these little money pockets came in. Richard Boyd, he's no longer with us. He passed away some years ago, driving the tractors, driving the Gannons, doing all the things that, the hard work grading wise. Jason Hawkins, all the artwork, and he was out here to help with those things. Owen Whiteman, Ellis Schnieder, Steve Fournelius served as a past president. Wayne Copeland also drove tractors. Stu Walton had a little skip loader. We were pushing up berms, and now we have a double flood control wall there. Perry Hemmer painted all of the tables for us after we installed new tops. They're getting a little aged, but if we just get them clean and kept them clean, it would be great. Eddi Mann, Randy Martin. Where's Randy? He's here. He drove and did things. He's sitting over there. Randy Martin, James and Darrell Morgan. They're not here. I don't know why, but they're not. They worked hard.
Sick.
James, pardon? They're sick?
They're sick.
He's sick, okay.
They bought my car.
Bill Sorenson, and who also helped, and Concrete. Carey Hazelton, and also Brandon, my son, who worked up the website the first time. So this is a plaque that commemorates those folks. And if you have not been up here to see it, the Parks Department did this at their expense. So this was all, used to be a small monolith. They popped the top off. They did it and clad it all with flagstone. And now we have, I think, something that is really quite good looking. But it took 14 years. I mean, it took 14 years. It took 3 years to get the thing built. But that was 14 years ago. We started in '99, and we were putting down the asphalt exactly 3 years to the month after the endeavor started. So Larry Gaylor, he was the asphalt paving company that we put in the asphalt, the original asphalt. We probably dropped out of that cistern up here from Chacho probably, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of gallons of water to compact this. This is almost like DG. We are on a decomposed, lake bed, because the old Lake Cahuilla came up this high. If you dig around, you'll find the conch shells, the tiny conch shells. But it is an effort from those guys, those key guys that we are talking about, and want to honor those today. So as we get finished, we want to have a little group shot of the folks that are here that are representing the club founders. But at this time, I'd like to have a moment of silence for the three that have passed, which would be Ernie Chapin, Richard Boyd, and Bob Taylor. And they passed away in the past year, over the past couple of years. So let's have a moment of silence. Those guys, Ernie and Bob Taylor, both were flying models in this valley since like 1938 or 1939. So Bob Taylor has to be mentioned as a really special founder, because he kept all of the money together all of those years, even when we were on rented property next to a crack house on 58th and Monroe. We had $150 a year dues, and that money was banked and banked and banked. And Bob, at the time when we started this endeavor, had almost $40,000 in the bank. So with that nugget, you get a runway. You get volunteers to work, and a bunch of fuel, and a bunch of donated tractor time, and we got a runway. And once you got a runway, you got a club. So it was something that without the runway, you really don't have anything out here in this desert. And we have a permanent field that can be seen from space. If you want to go on Google Earth, you can see this In fact, last week at the Bob Taylor's service inside of the Coachella Valley Museum, they have a giant aerial shot of the valley, and right there where you can see our field's picture. So it is, those are the guys that you want to just go up to and say thanks, because they are the key people that have built this thing. So at this time, we're going to have some burgers for free over there. Bob,
How about that goddamn Metz? What about him?
well, he was here too. Anyway, but
supervising.
yeah, I was. Yeah, it work out. So that's all you can say. It worked out. But thanks for coming, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Dan.
much. Anybody want to say anything? You certainly can.
Hold on.
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
Who do you want? I mean, it's the ones, who do you want in the picture?
Quiet, please.
Okay.
Through all of this, I remember when we were at the old flying field over there in the dirt, and I think Bob Taylor was president then, and we needed a leader. And Dan has stepped up, and he has done that. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Bill. What's Gene going to say?